is up, guys? We are back for the third installment of the Dark Knight trilogy, number 8 in our Batman lineup. We are going to be watching Dark Knight Rises, the final conclusion to the Dark Knight trilogy. And I honestly think it's a good wrap-up of all three movies, and everybody does a great job in this movie, and I really liked it. I think it's a good follow-up to the Dark Knight, even though I hold the Dark Knight up very high standard. We will get to witness how Tom Hardy does as Bane, and see how Christian Bale does as Batman for one last time. I did hear a rumor though beforehand. After the Dark Knight, they had plans to have the Joker in this, but since Heath had an untimely death, Christopher Nolan had to make do with what he had. So I guess they had to do a whole new concept and a whole new script. So yeah, I mean, it's sad. I would have really liked to see Heath Ledger in Dark Knight Rises, but even though it's still a good movie, and I'm sure you guys will like it if you haven't watched it. So if you guys haven't watched it, you guys are in for a treat. Like I said, with the Dark Knight, as equal as the Dark Knight Rises, you guys will enjoy this as well. Yeah, 4 years later, I think it was a good wait time, 2008 to 2012. I mean, like, people were anticipating it. Rumors kept going on and on. I think one rumor was Johnny Depp was going to be the Riddler in Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, there was a whole lot of rumors surrounding this movie, and like nobody knew what to expect after the Dark Knight, because like that movie was just such a big hit that nobody knew what to expect after that. I mean, like, it's all like Dark Knight was here. They wanted to know if Christopher Nolan could top it. So Dark Knight Rises, I'm gonna do my usual. We're gonna watch it, and I'll give a little commentary on the movie while we watch it together. And then after the film, I'll give my review and see if the movie holds up to the day, and I'll give my rating of how Tom Hardy does as Bane. And I think, yeah, he's the only fairly new character in this movie. I feel there's also Joseph Gordon-Levitt and another probably handful of characters, but Tom Hardy is probably the biggest presence in this movie, and it's noticeable. He does a good job. Take my word for it. He does a good job as Bane. But yeah, no more wasting time. Let's get right into it. All right, Dark Knight Rises. And as Joker would say, here we go. I always liked Legendary's logo. I thought it was cool and how they present it in films. And every time I see Legendary, I think of Christopher Nolan, so I know I'm going to be in for a treat. Syncope. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's Christopher Nolan's brand, right? I think. This picks up right after The Dark Knight.
Who are you? It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Yeah.
If I pull that off, will you die? It would be extremely painful. You're a big guy. For you.
For you.
Dr. Banner refused our offer in favor of yours. We had to find out what he told you. Nothing. I said nothing.
And he gave him that look. Snake eyes.
Congratulations. You got yourself caught. Sir, now what's the next step of your master plan? Finishing this trade.
Damn. Right in midair, too. I'd be passed out. Taking my blood.
Oh, we expect one of us in a wreckage, brother. Have we started the fire? Yes, the fire rises.
Poor guy in the plane. He didn't even fight to get off the plane. He was like, oh, okay, I'll stay behind. I'll die for Bane.
Harvey Dent Day may not be our oldest public holiday, but we're here tonight because it's one of the most important.
And so they
a thug in a mask and a cape. A thug who showed his true nature.
They were really able to keep Dent's name.
The truth. I have.
Yeah.
A speech. Knowing the truth about Harvey Dent. Maybe the time isn't right.
Damn, so he does have a speech.
You know, you mustn't take it personally. Everyone knows that Wayne's holed up in there with 8-inch nails, peeing into mason jars. It's very good of you to let me underground.
Oh, I already don't like that guy, and I hope he gets what's coming to him, just out of that freaking statement. You could really tell he's a jerk.
Sorry.
Imagine if he missed and took off her head.
That's a beautiful necklace. Reminds me of one belonged to my mother. It can't be the same one. Because her pearls are in the safe. The manufacturer clearly explained is uncrackable.
Damn, he spotted that real quick.
It was uncrackable. One of the maids. Perhaps you should stop letting them in the side of the house.
Perhaps you should start learning to make your own bed.
Uh,
Why were you dusting for prints?
I wasn't. She was.
Huh.
Selena Pryor. Databases are full of close calls, tips from fences. She's good, but the ground is shrinking beneath her feet. And they weren't what she was after.
What's she after?
My fingerprints.
Remember when you left Gotham? Before all this, before Batman? You were gone 7 years. 7 years I waited. I took a holiday. I went to Florence. There's this cafe on the banks of the Arno. Every fine evening I'd sit there and order a Fernet Branco. I had this fantasy that I would look across the tables and I'd see you there. With a-
Alfred's basically Bruce's father.
I always knew there was nothing here for you except pain. And I wanted something more for you than that.
That's a father right there. That's a good father figure.
Hey,
God,
watch
Michael
up here.
Michael
Couple of
Caine
times
does a
month.
great job as
Go home
Alfred.
when it gets colder. Home is sheltering in the tunnels. We pulled him from the basin. Other than that, we didn't touch him. Very nice.
That is why she wanted the fingerprints.
Not so fast, handsome. You got something for me? It would have been a lot easier to just give me what we agreed.
We can't have loose ends.
Every cop in the city's missing him.
It's cute, but they're not going to be looking in a place like this.
I don't know. You did just use his cell phone.
Damn. She got you, man. She's a good actress. Oh,
Why are we here?
that's Bane.
Answer him! No, he's alone.
Ooh, shh. Just with a choke slam.
Then I will kill you.
He choked him out. Oh, he took Harvey Dent's note. The truth.
He's dead. So show me his body.
The water runs to any one of the outflows. You'll never find it.
Follow him.
Follow him.
Oh, shoot. And he knew exactly where to look, too.
He chased the gunman down into the sewers. I pulled him out. He was babbling about an underground army. A masked man called Bane. They asked me if he saw any giant alligators. He needs you.
Is that a reference to Killer
He's
Croc?
Batman. But we met before. It was a long time ago. I was a kid. St. Swithin's. He used to be funded by the Wayne Foundation. So you showed up this one day. In a cool car. Pretty girl on your arm. Right when I saw you, I knew who you really were. I'd seen that look on your face before. It's the same one I taught myself.
Yeah, they can relate.
I don't know why you took the fall for Dent's murder. But I'm still a believer in the Batman. Even if you're not.
Damn, he knew right off the bat,
Say
too.
that your boy's home used to be funded by the Wayne Foundation.
Because the money stopped.
I need an appointment at the hospital for my leg.
One or
Which
two.
hospital? Whichever one Jim Gordon's in.
Here we go. Is he getting ready to come back outside?
No, that's because there is no cartilage. I cannot recommend that you go hella skiing. Right.
Damn. He's a funny actor, though. I've seen him in a lot.
Batman has to come back. What if he doesn't exist anymore?
The world still needs Batman.
He's back. Another stiff can barely climb out of his sports car. But that's Bruce Wayne! Mr. Wayne, over here! You don't seem happy to see me.
You were supposed to be a shut-in.
You're in deep with the wrong people.
Oh. He told you.
Get to judge me just because you were born in the master bedroom of Wayne. There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
Pearls do look better on you than they did in my safe. But I still can't let you keep them.
Nope. Those are his mom's. Ooh. That was unexpected.
Must have lost my ticket. Your wife said you were taking a cab home. My wife?
Wow. And maybe she got the last laugh.
Just you, sir? Don't worry, Master Wayne. Takes a little time to get back in the swing of things.
Oh, Michael Caine.
I live and breathe.
Your majority keep tagging the bait while we figure out a future for the energy program with Miranda Day. Show her the machine.
I'll think it over.
Anything else? unusual request.
Yeah, true.
I'm retired.
Oh,
Well, let me show you some stuff anyway.
for all time's sake.
Oh, now you're just showing off. I had a long, uninteresting Wayne Enterprises designation. I just took the calling it back.
Uh,
And yes, Mr. Wayne, it does come in black.
ooh.
Works fine, except for the autopilot. Takes a better mind than mine to fix it.
Better mind.
A less busy mind.
Whew. That looks like it hurt.
This is really painful.
You're very welcome to try it, Alfred.
Happy to watch it. Thanks.
Very welcome to try it, Alfred. Ooh.
Not bad at all.
So it gives him a little more strength too, and stability.
If you're seriously considering going back out there, you should hear the rumours surrounding Bane.
My ears.
He was trained by Ra's al Ghul, your mentor.
Bane was a member of the League of Shadows.
This is stock exchange. There's no money you can steal. Really? Then why are you people here?
I like that little nod. I mean, like, he's a scary guy, but I guess I'll say hi to you.
Where am I supposed to move it? Back it up.
Oh, nowhere to back it up to.
Just stay here, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. He's a polite guy. I mean, he's an intimidating guy, but polite. Oh. Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Boy, you are in for a show tonight, son.
Ooh. Sorry. Didn't even faze him.
I'm gonna do what you boy never could. What's that? I'm gonna take down the Batman.
Oh, okay.
So about the armed robbers?
Yeah. He didn't care about that. He just wants to take down the Batman because he feels that will get him the biggest recognition. I like how it turned from light to day real quick. Yeah, cops don't even care about Bane right now. They only care about Batman. Everybody's on him.
Like a rat in a trap, gentlemen.
Okay.
You might have the wrong animal there, sir.
You might have the wrong animal there, sir. Is that the bat? That's the bat.
Where is it?
The clean slate, where you type in someone's name, date of birth. In a few minutes, they're gone from every database.
He always plays a good bad guy.
Sound a little too good to be true.
You're lying! You're kidding me.
No guns, no killing.
I like how he doesn't kill anybody, but he beats the hell out of people.
Another warn me about getting calls with strange men.
This isn't a good thing.
This isn't a car. That's kind of a gripe I have with this movie. He was in the bat right there. Why couldn't he just shoot Bane? I don't understand that. Bane was literally right there, 5 feet away from him. I don't know. I mean, I guess then you wouldn't have The Dark Knight Rises full movie. It would only be like an hour movie.
I saved your life. In return, I need to know what you did with Bruce Wayne's fingerprints.
I sold his prints to Daggett.
Let's get out. So that's what that feels like.
So that's what it feels like. That's funny.
Get this to Fox. He can crack the code and tell us what trades they were executing.
I'll get this to Mr. Fox, but no more.
Damn.
I've sewn you up, I've set your bones, but I won't bury you. Leaving is all I have to make you understand. You're not Batman anymore.
Rachel died knowing that we had decided to be together. That was my life beyond the cave.
What if before she died, she wrote a letter saying she chose Harvey Dent over you?
Damn. You gonna tell him right now?
That I have cared for since I first heard his cries echo through this house.
That's sad.
Goodbye, Alfred.
Oh, you're being really stubborn right now. Alfred basically is giving you all this insight and stuff. Like, he's your backbone. You can't lose Alfred.
For now, you're completely broken. And Wayne Enterprises is about to fall into the hands of John Daggett.
I thought you might like to see what your investment built.
No fossil fuels. Free clean energy for an entire city. Would it make you feel better to know that the Russian scientist died in a plane crash 6 months ago?
That was the plane crash we just watched in the beginning.
I need you to take control of Wayne Enterprises. This reactor.
Now, I'd like to point out that we have a non-board member here, which is highly irregular, even if his family name is above the door.
Bruce Wayne's family built this company.
And he himself is running into the ground, sir. And he has to go.
What a jackass.
I'm afraid he has a point, Mr. Wayne.
Damn, they're towing his Lambo?
What? On the stock exchange, it didn't work.
Sounds like you're giving him a little tantrum.
My company absorbed Wayne's.
He just puts his hand on his shoulder. That shut him up real quick.
I'm necessary.
Should show you shouldn't talk back to someone who's freaking 10 times bigger than you are. They're letting me keep the house.
Change your mind about leaving.
And how would he do that?
By giving it what you want. You made a serious mistake. Not as serious as yours.
You can't trust anybody.
Let's not stand up ceremony here. Mr. Wayne.
It's a good choreography. I mean, whoever did this did a good job at how Bane and Batman fight each other. Like, look at that flip. These punches look like they hurt if they were real. Ooh, he just Superman punched him. He just went BAM! He's just fighting with anger and not really being smart about it.
You fight like a younger man. Nothing held back. I was wondering what would break first.
Yeah.
Your spirit.
Oh, your body.
Oh, your body.
Damn. Right from the comics. Broke his freaking back.
As I terrorize Gotham, I will feed its people hope to poison their souls. I will let them believe that they can survive, so that you can watch them clambering over each
Doesn't
other.
matter what type of bad guy you are, you always spill your plans to the good guy. For some reason, think they're not going to come and fight you later, but it never works out. Bane is no exception. Bane's just giving him his whole plan right now.
And Gotham is ashes. Then you have my permission to die.
Damn. Damn, then he pushes on him, too. God. Back pain is one of the worst pains, man. I mean, I've hurt my back many times at the gym, and damn. That's just like giving them hope that they could get free. It's just like, it's a sad thing they're like holding over their head.
Of course not.
Damn. Giving them what they want, that's not good. You don't negotiate with terrorists.
This is now a 4-megaton nuclear bomb.
Oh, it's fast.
Pull the core out of the reactor.
Turn something good into something the worst thing possible. He turned freaking free energy into something freaking a bomb. That was a guy at the bank, I guess, blocking the area. So I guess he was put there on purpose. He just killed him. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go down into dark, small spaces like that. No.
Let the games begin.
That would scare the crap. Mayor's done. Damn, look at that.
Play your corners, rookie. Get the coach.
Damn, he was ready too.
Identify yourselves to the world. Dr. Leonid Pavel, nuclear physicist. What is this? Fully primed neutron bomb. And who is capable of disarming such a device? Only me.
Damn. After he did his bidding.
This bomb is armed.
We do not negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah, what did I say?
But we do recognize realities.
Harvey Dent. You have been supplied with a false idol. Let me tell you the truth about Harvey Dent from James
Commissioner Gordon's letter.
Man didn't murder Harvey Dent. He saved my boy. Then took the blame for Harvey's appalling crimes. But I can no longer live with my lie. It is time to trust the people of Gotham with the truth, and it is time for me to resign.
What would have happened if he told people back then that Harvey Dent killed all those people? All those inmates would have been let loose. It would be chaos.
Plunge their hands into the filth so that you can keep yours clean.
The legend is that there was a mercenary who worked for a local warlord. He fell in love with the warlord's daughter. They were married in secret, but the warlord found out. The mercenary was condemned to this pit. She took his place in the pit.
Messed up.
And she was with child, the mercenary child. The doctor forgot to lock the cell, but the child had a friend, a protector.
Did you not think I would return, Bruce?
I know that voice.
taken from me.
You were the mercenary.
He was the mercenary.
Wayne is your child.
I'm here to ensure the League of Shadows fulfills its duty to restore balance to civilization. You yourself fought the decadence of
Comes full circle.
with all your strength, all your resources.
Take out the mercenaries guarding the outflow south of Ackerman Park, blow the rubble. We can make a hole big enough for 10 at a time. I'm in contact with my partner who's down there. They're just waiting for the day.
Men who haven't seen daylight in 3 months.
Police officers who haven't seen
3
What
months?
about the bomb? Satellite can't pick up any radiation hotspots.
And they kept them feeding them down there for that long? That's kind of remarkable. Alright, second time the charm. Nope, second time not the charm. Why do we fall?
What does that mean?
Rise.
Right. When I first heard them chant like this, it sounds like they're saying, "This is awesome." Oh, to me it does. Or "This is Gotham," or something like that. Got it. Third time's a charm. But imagine if he didn't make it the third time without a rope. He would have been splat.
Pretty generous for a thief.
Another gripe. How the hell did he get there so fast? I know he didn't call Alfred because Alfred's not helping him anymore.
Yeah,
If you're expecting an apology,
it wouldn't suit you. I need your help.
and why would I help you?
For this, clean slate.
Your guilt has been determined. This is merely a sentencing hearing. Now, what will it be? Death or exile?
If you think we're going out onto that ice willingly, you have another thing coming.
Death by exile.
What a dick. Ooh. Poison? He's back. He's back. Yeah, don't you feel crappy?
Impossible.
Got 45 minutes to get clear of the blast radius because you don't stand a chance against these guys.
With your help, I might.
Acts so badass.
Sorry to keep letting you down.
It's annoying.
Come with me. You don't owe these people anymore. You've given them everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
Damn. Batman, Bruce Wayne, that's someone I aspire to be. He does good even with not even wanting anything back in return. I mean, he is a billionaire, but
Open fire.
unfair. Ooh! He just disarmed him. Now it's fair. Uppercut. Oh, with the big boot. Ooh. Damn.
Tell me where the trigger is. Then you have my permission to die.
Perfect.
Child of Ra's al Ghul made the climb.
But he's not the child of Ra's al Ghul.
You don't know how much this pissed me off in the movie theater. That's some BS.
My mother named Natalia before she was killed. The way
I kind of figured it when I was watching the movie too in theaters, because like that's a girl. That's not a boy. I've seen her in other movies, and that's definitely a girl.
I climbed out of the... I honor my father by finishing his work. Vengeance against the man who killed him is simply a reward.
You just have to imagine the fire.
Ooh.
About the whole no-gun thing. I'm not sure I feel as strongly about it as you do.
Batman's a better pilot than Anakin from Star Wars. He's pretty good in the air.
I'm looking at you who you were. You're right.
Shouldn't the people know the hero who saved them?
Hero can be anyone. Even a man doing something as simple and reassuring as putting a coat around a young boy's shoulders.
Damn, you guys remember that? You guys remember that from Batman Begins? Yep.
Bruce Wayne.
Yep. Saved him just like that.
That's the mission. It's out over the bay. It's clear to see.
You're safe.
I failed you. You trusted me. And I failed you.
When I saw that in theaters, it kind of looked like his mouth was open.
The house and grounds are left to the city of Gotham, that they shall be used for one purpose, and one purpose only.
the housing and care of the city's at-risk and orphan children.
Maybe he'll make his own X-Men school.
You should use your full name. I like that name. Robin.
Mr. Fox, it's already been fixed. Software patch.
Yeah.
Check out the young batch.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. I mean, Robin. That's none of the real Robin's real name in any of the comics or the cartoons. So I mean, I feel it's kind of shoe-in, but I kind of like that. He fits the bill of a Robin or a Nightwing. So I mean, I like that Christopher Nolan put that in there, even though he even said he would never have Robin in his movies. But this kind of works. Perfect ending, honestly, perfect. How they set that up in the movie and how they ended it like this, couldn't ask for a better ending like that. With Selena Kyle too. The Dark Knight Rises. Perfect ending to a perfect trilogy. Awesome. And that's a wrap for the Dark Knight trilogy. We've watched Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. So what can I say about The Dark Knight Rises? Solid movie. I really think it's a good sequel to both Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. I think it's a good way to wrap it up. It's a good way to cut Batman's story out of the picture and move it on to other characters in that realm of movies. I mean, like, I know Christopher Nolan isn't gonna go back to it anytime soon, but I like the way he left it off. Like, Batman's done, Bruce Wayne, he's done with the mantle, and supposedly you could take it as you want, but Blake, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, he's gonna pick up the mantle and either be Batman or maybe a form of Robin or Nightwing. That was left for the viewer to determine, I think. But I like how it ended, and I think it's a good way to close out that trilogy. What did I think of Bane, Tom Hardy? I think he did a really good job. He's a character actor. He does a good job in whatever movie he's put into. I mean, like, even Venom, I mean, that movie wasn't great overall, but it was still a fun time to watch, and I think he did a good job as the main character. I'm blanking on the character's name right now. I'll just say Venom, but Brock, something Brock. But yeah, no, I think Tom Hardy's a great actor, and I love all the movies I've seen him in. Warrior, one of my favorites, honestly. That's probably in one of my top 10, top 15 movies of all time. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say? He did a good job. He did for the Bane that they put in the movie, for a more realistic Bane. I mean, Bane is not going to be juiced up on the Venom serum in Christopher Nolan's version of Gotham and that type of Batman movie. Like, we're not going to see Bane all juiced up like we did in Batman and Robin. That wouldn't make sense for this type of story that we're watching. Yeah, he was pretty jacked. From what I've heard, he had to film 2 movies back to back. I think Warrior was before this. Don't quote me. It's just from what I'm recalling from what I've heard. Warrior was before this, and he was already jacked. He was like cut in that movie. He was big and he was like really defined. But after that, he had to put on some more fat because Bane is a bulky guy. So he had to not really gain as much muscle anymore, but he just had to keep eating and get bigger and bulkier. And he did. I mean, like, he was pretty big. I mean, compared to Bruce Wayne, Christian Bale. Christian Bale is already in great shape. I mean, you saw him in Batman Begins. He was pretty big. But to compared side by side, Tom Hardy towered over Christian Bale in The Dark Knight Rises, which, good job on his part. I mean, he put in the effort. He wanted to make this movie look the best it could be and play his character the best possible way he knew how to, and I think he did. He did a great job as Bane, and I liked him in the role. I think he did a good job. He was smart. That's how Bane is. He's a smart guy. He's also a big guy. But yeah, no Venom. I don't think they needed Venom in this movie. Him to be like all juiced up and stuff. It wouldn't make sense. Selena Kyle, Catwoman, played by Anne Hathaway. She was good. Anne Hathaway is a great actress. I like her in a lot of stuff I've seen her in. She always brings it whenever she's in a movie, and she always does a great job. The version of Selena Kyle in this movie, she's good. I mean, I like that. I like that Bruce Wayne and her ended up together at the end, because like in the comics they do get married, and I mean they always had a thing for one another in the comics. And something like she kind of did annoy me a little bit, because she would always play both sides. She would be the bad guy. I mean, that's how Catwoman is. She's a bad guy and a good guy sometimes, but she would just always double cross people and stuff, and it's kind of annoyed me. I'm all like, just choose a side. I know you're just only looking out for your best interest, but also it's just kind of annoying. If you just don't want to help anybody, just do you and go off, do your own thing. I mean, just, I don't know. It kind of annoyed me, like her character of Selena Kyle. I mean, like, that's why I feel like Michelle Pfeiffer will always be my all-time favorite Catwoman. I feel like she had a good middle ground of being also the Selena Kyle who only looks out for herself and like is a jewel thief and like just does her own thing, but also she's kind of like on that area of being a good person and having a likable sense. I didn't really like Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, Selena Kyle, that much. I didn't really feel for her that much. I mean, she always was talking down to people and like thinking like, oh, since she had it rough, nobody will understand where she's coming from, and she was just she made Bruce, she stole Bruce Wayne stuff, and she belittled him a little bit, and it's just like, oh, you're rich, you won't understand. It's just like, all right, we get it, you're poor, and we know you're coming from a bad area. I mean, you don't always have to shove it in our face and say like, oh, we're rich and stuff, we won't understand, or you won't understand, the people in the movie. I don't know, I was just kind of over it a little bit, but I mean, she still did a great job. I like that they ended up together. I like that they were found out by Alfred in the end with that little segment where it shows him going to that little coffee place outside eating, and then he sees them. I like that. It was for full circle, and I appreciated that. Michael Caine, he did a great job as well. I'm just sad we didn't get to see him in a lot of this movie because he left like during the middle of it, because he was doing his thing where he's standing his ground and saying he can't be there to help him if he's going to go down this path. He doesn't want to see him die. So I understood that, but I wish we saw more of him in the film, because he's such a great actor and I like seeing him on screen. He does a great job as Alfred. Any role I've seen him in, he always brings it too. But yeah, I kind of wish I saw more of him in the film. Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox for one last time. Yeah, same old Morgan Freeman, great actor, played the role the same as the Dark Knight and Batman Begins. Liked him, does a good job. Nothing really standout-ish, I feel, about him in this movie, really. I mean, like, he just does the same stuff he's been doing in the past two movies, and nothing really needs to be changed there. He did a great job in all of them, and I liked him. Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon, he got older. I mean, 8 years have passed. I mean, not in the movie, but in reality it was like just four years. He looks a little older in this movie. He looks a little more weathered and a little more beaten up. You can see time has gone to him, but he did a good job. I mean, like, he had to go off of what happened in The Dark Knight. What he did, he had to stand by what Batman and him agreed upon, that they would cover up for Harvey Dent, because Gotham would have gone to crap if they knew all the bad that Harvey Dent did in The Dark Knight. So he did a good job at handling that weight on screen and showing that he had to live with guilt, knowing that it's not the truth. And he was carrying around that letter that whole time in the beginning, and he decided not to tell people because he didn't think they were ready. And I think he played that part really good. It's just like something that someone with that type of weight on their shoulders, it seems like that's how they would act if they knew the truth and nobody else did but them and one other person. And I think he put that to great perspective on screen. He's like I said, he's my favorite live action Commissioner Gordon, and he brought it for The Dark Knight Rises and one last time, and perfect commissioner in my opinion. Marion Cotillard, she does a good job as Miranda Tate, and well, I mean, I'm not spoiling anything because we all just watched it together, but as Ra's al Ghul's daughter, Talia. When I saw that in theaters for the first time, I don't think I did fully guess it was her, but I remember thinking it wasn't Bane who was Ra's al Ghul's kid, because like I said, I've seen that girl actress before, the one who played the little kid in the little pit who escaped. So I kind of knew when they said, "Oh, he had a son." I knew she wasn't a boy, so I felt like they were gonna give a big reveal at the end of the movie, saying that it was a daughter and that it's not Bane and someone else. I don't think I picked that it was Miranda Tate's character. I don't know if I thought it was her, but I could be wrong. Maybe I got it. I don't know. I don't think I was that knowledgeable back then. But she did a good job of hiding it, and if I was coming into the movie not knowing anything about Batman or Ra's al Ghul and stuff like the characters, I think it would have been a big reveal for me. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't that astounded when I found out she was bad. But she does a good she does a good job. She's a good actress. I've seen her in Inception and I think a number of other movies. I can't really think at the top of my head right now, but yeah. Nolan kept her around for a reason. Inception and Dark Knight Rises, she does a good job in both of them. I liked her. Ben Mendelsohn, he's kind of a big actor now. He's been in the Rogue One, another movie. He was in Spielberg's Ready Player One. He played the bad guy again. He played the bad guy in Star Wars too. He's kind of a big actor now. He's been in a lot of roles. I think he's on a show on HBO, right, or something. He gets under your skin. He annoys people, and he does a good job of that. And I think that's why he's typecasted as the bad guy in a lot of movies. He did a good job. I didn't like his character, but I liked him playing that character because it showed that he can really piss off people, and he's good at it. Especially when he said that part annoyed me when he said that Bruce Wayne shouldn't be in the board meeting because he's not a board member, even though his name is on the building. That would tick me off if I was Bruce Wayne. I'd say, I don't know. I don't know what I'd say, but I'd probably stand my ground and stay in the room. But maybe I'd get thrown out. Who knows? Maybe that's why I'm not Bruce Wayne. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting one big actor, Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Blake, aka Robin. I liked his character. It wasn't really a standout role. He didn't really stand out that big. But the reveal of him being Robin, I remember in the theater looking at my friend to the side saying, I don't think any Robin in the comic books was named Robin. It was just Dick Grayson. Who else? I know it was Damian Wayne. That's another one, I think. And then there was a girl. And then Nightwing was played by. Give me a minute. Okay, so it was Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown. I'm guessing that's the girl one. Damian Wayne. So yeah, I don't think there was a Robin who was named Robin in the comics. Which, I mean, this is probably not. It's not supposed to be comic book realistic, because I know Christopher Nolan does his own thing with a lot of his movies and has his own little twists and turns in them, and that makes a great Christopher Nolan movie. So I like that about it. But I didn't really buy that whole thing where his name was Robin. It's kind of like just a shoe-in, be like, yeah, he's gonna be Robin. But it was cool. I mean, maybe if it was something more clever, like. Maybe he had a Robin emblem on his bag, or just something that gave it away little more cleverly. But yeah, I mean, for people who don't read the comics, they probably got a kick out of that more than I did. But yeah, I guess it shows that he could be the future Batman or Nightwing, because he's kind of older. I think he's a little too old to be Robin. But I liked his character. It was I liked that he already knew right off the bat that Bruce Wayne was Batman, and that he knew that look of the orphans, and knowing how much hurt and shit he had to go through when he was a kid because his parents died, and just being alone with only Alfred to take care of him. And yeah, I like that, how they got each other. I like how both of those characters understood one another. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I liked him as Blake. I was almost going to say Jason Todd. Yeah, but other than that, I think that's all the main characters of the movie. There's nobody else I really think I need to talk about in The Dark Knight Rises. I guess, as a whole, The Dark Knight Rises, out of all the movies Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. I think The Dark Knight Rises has the most plot holes in them. I think they're a lot more standout-ish than The Dark Knight or Batman Begins. And I mean, I can understand that because Christopher Nolan didn't. I mean, I think he had a vision. I'm just guessing here, and I'm going off of what I believe is to be true. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on it. But he had a vision, I'm pretty sure, with Heath Ledger to be in the sequel of The Dark Knight. But Heath Ledger passed away. So he had to go, like, probably not short term, like had to think of a new script fast. But I think he had time to come up with this. And it's still, I mean, if this was his work in a short amount of time, I mean, he's a great director. If this was something just shoot in at the last minute, he's just on another level of how a director should be. But like I said, yeah, I think he had a vision with Heath Ledger, and I think he had it set on another thing. I don't know if he was going to focus on Bane. I think he had other villains in mind too. But I think it didn't all go according to plan after Heath Ledger passed away, and I think a lot of the stuff wasn't going to work out without the Joker in it. So I think he went a different route and a different path where he put Bane in, Tom Hardy, and it still worked. It was still a great conclusion to the Dark Knight trilogy, and I really enjoyed it. How do I rank the Dark Knights? That's really hard because Dark Knight, of course, is my favorite of all time movie. But besides Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises, that's hard. Because now that I'm older, I think I appreciate Batman Begins a lot more than I did as a kid. I guess nostalgia purposes, because when I went in to see Dark Knight Rises, I thought it was just fantastic, and it was almost as good as The Dark Knight. This could change in the future, but just as of now, I guess I'll say Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins. But Batman Begins is a close third. I mean, it could be second. I mean, I just have to outweigh the pros and the cons on this, honestly. Like, I can't tell you definitely that I think Dark Knight Rises is superior than Batman Begins, because I would be lying. I think both movies are equally as good. I think even Batman Begins has lesser flaws in it than The Dark Knight Rises has, but I think I just like The Dark Knight Rises a little more. But yeah, that's my opinion. But like I said, yeah, there are some flaws in Dark Knight Rises. I mean, every movie has flaws, and from what Christopher Nolan had to work with after the untimely death of Heath and his vision not going according to plan, I think he did a fantastic job with The Dark Knight Rises. I couldn't ask for anything better. And I thought it was a really fun time in the theater, and still is. I still get a kick of it watching it with you guys right now, and I really appreciated it, and I think it's just a bomb solid movie and a solid ending. Alright guys, so that wraps it up for The Dark Knight Rises and The Dark Knight Trilogy. We are done with our number 8 pick in our Batman series. We are on to number 9. We are starting a new, well, kind of two movies with the same Batman, but also kind of two different movies, because Justice League is kind of different than Batman vs. Superman, because Batman vs. Superman was directed by Zack Snyder, and Justice League is directed by Zack Snyder too, but he had to deal with some stuff during that time with his daughter and her passing, and it's just so they had to give it to Joss Whedon. And so it's kind of 50-50 on Justice League, because like some of it is Zack Snyder and the other half is like Joss Whedon. So it's kind of a different movie, but you'll get a different feel of it if this is your first time watching these movies. But we are starting a new series with Batman and Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is taking up the mantle now as the Caped Crusader, and I think he does a great job. You guys have to judge for yourselves, but when we get to Batman vs. Superman in our next video, you let me know what you think of Ben Affleck in the cape and cowl. Yeah, we are starting. And also, for continuity's sake, if you haven't watched Man of Steel or any of the DCEU movies, you'll probably not get every element of these movies, so I advise you to watch those movies first before watching Batman vs. Superman and Justice League. But if you don't care, I mean, I hope you enjoy it and like the movies, because I sure did. I saw both of them in theaters, and I enjoyed both of them. They were a good time. So yeah, we're gonna be on to Batman vs Superman in our next video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And I hope you liked the trilogy as much as I did. It was fun, and I'm glad you guys got to witness it with me. Also, down in the comments, let me know what you thought of Tom Hardy as Bane and The Dark Knight Rises as a whole. And let me know how you rank the Dark Knight trilogy. Let me know which one's your favorite and which one is your least. I'm curious to know. And I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon in the next video. All right, peace.